Morning, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone of every age, creed, whatever else there is. Oh gosh, welcome back to another day of Clown World stuff. So, this is Antifa. There was a rally in Olympia, Washington, which is the capital of Washington. It's at their capital. They had a big event about women's suffrage. No, it was about vaccination, mandatory vaccinations, and what's that other thing called? Passports. So some people, I guess they're pushing for it, something like that. And there's a group that's protesting, like we're Americans, you can't give us a passport, which is true. But anyway, so Antifa shows up. Now, supposedly it's the Proud Boys. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But anyway, it's them protesting it. Antifa shows up because evidently they're now a pro-vaccination group. Yeah. Uh, they are against fascism, but they want to force you to have vaccination. It's have assault. You're going to be, they call it the jab. You're going to be jabbed in the arm with a needle. Whether it's a vaccine, it can be a placebo, right? They're going to force you to have a medical trial. Who's that sound like? And then also a passport to whether or not you can go into businesses, all right? Because your businesses will be doing what the government tells them to do. Again, that is the annals. I pronounced that word wrong. Sorry. Annals of fascism. So we've just gone full circle today. That's why we're a clown world. We just spin in circles, make crap up. We don't dictate with logic and explanation. We dictate with crybaby feelings. So this is coverage of the live event that happened. I'm sure you saw it all over YouTube. Someone got shot here. This is leading up to it. This is the Patriot / Proud Boy group. Support your local Proud Boy. It said on the guy's shirt. They'll have their motorcycle helmets on and stuff. It's I don't know. I don't understand any of this. But could you imagine being in like one of these buildings here, and you just all of a sudden you look up, you see this, and you're like, "Oh yeah, there they go, there they go." So they see some of these Antifa people down here, I guess, and yeah, it's like this building here. That's a nice building. Imagine being in there, and also you see all these people walking by in paramilitary-looking outfits. I'm gonna let everybody know this isn't normal. This stuff only happens in the Pacific Northwest, where everybody plays Peter Pan all the time, and they'll never grow up. Yeah, you're running too, dude. Now that's the reporter guy. Oops. Now, they just walked underneath a street camera there. That business has a camera. I mean.
My gas mask right now, because I'd be dying. I'd be freaking dying. What's going on up this way?
And they're doing all this walking. A lot of walking here. I feel like you're watching Lord of the Rings. There's so much walking.
Gosh,
Gotta walk through some. Here's the thing. This bear spray they're using, that stuff's like $40 a can. I mean, this isn't cheap. And you can only really use it one time. I mean, it's like a fire extinguisher. You use it once because your life depends on it. Then you gotta get a new one. I mean, like these people, they're just walking, they're just driving down the road trying to get from point A to point B, and we got all these people out here covered in masks. That's weird because like that guy turned the corner. I think those were probably the Antifa people, and he wasn't expecting that. And this guy, again, he's not. I don't think he's associated with anybody. I don't know. I've seen so many streams. We're just making our own as we go along here.
That Miguel's there as well. Miguel is definitely up there. I know who the hell he is.
Uh-oh. Now look right here. This okay, like this little tack vest here. Those things are expensive. This is a the camouflage pattern on this is called multicam, and just the multicam alone is a private company. Crye, I think it's called CRYE. Makes it. It demands a premium. So like if this tack vest here he's got, it'll hold plates, armored plates in the back and the front, probably the sides too. This is they're like $200 for a good one, more than that probably. And then that's for like black or brown. To get multicam color here, it's like a $40 premium probably, or $20 premium over that. I don't know. It's always more expensive. Matter of fact, you can always tell that it's not real multicam when it costs the same as all the other patterns. Let's see here. Another multicam pack. All right, so now there was one. All right, so I was gonna say we're coming over here to this transit center. Now I've seen this enough times in other videos and stuff to know that this is where everything goes down. Let's count these. We're gonna recount the shots here. I counted 6. I don't know what anybody else got, but I heard 6. Well, let's say it was 5, or let's say it's 7, 6, we'll just right in the middle anyway. So we know it was that many rounds.
Holy shit. I just got shot in the leg.
Okay, so the guy with the camera is saying he got shot in the leg. I think this is the guy they call Tiny, and Tiny got shot in the foot, and I think he comes right over there to that transit thing and falls down. I don't know. They don't show anything about that, and I don't know if he's there anymore or not. Notice he was looking down at his foot.
Got shot in the leg by something. I think.
This reporter guy's having a hard time. Oh, now see, everybody's surrounded up there at that corner.
Yeah, I tell you, just got shot by something as well. Fuck, Tiny is shot.
Okay, so he got shot. Now, here's the part I want to cover with you guys. So this is at 7:53 into it. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, so at 7:40 right there, he was down. Oh, see, they're down right there, right over here in the corner. No, it's already happened there. Oh, there it is. So it's at 7:05.
I just got shot in the leg.
All right, that's the first time he says he got shot. So that's 7:10. This dude's walking, who I think might be Tiny. He doesn't seem to have anything. I was like, oh, he's got a frowny face. He doesn't look happy. So he's limping too. That's probably the guy. Okay, so we're talking about at 7:10 into here. And then, fast forward. We're looking at the guys here. No, that's not it. Hang on. I wanted to see these dudes. Okay. So see, like right here, like you got your people down here on the ground working on Tiny. These people are all standing here looking at him. These dudes are on the phones.
But ANTIFA had a gun. They started shooting.
Oh,
tiny.
I didn't have my screen moved up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're planning to try to come right now, but I'm not going to show it. Just down. Fuck.
Okay. Come on. This guy's walked all the way down here past the bus.
Yeah, I'm probably coming back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Fuck.
That bus down there's 5 spots down. I don't know how long. I'm just trying to get an idea how long this little plaza here is. Now, so where are we? We're at 8 minutes 45 seconds.
Tiny got shot.
Now look, right here. Everybody is around Tiny, right? Nobody is looking behind them. And this is a key thing here. If you're not working on the person, then you need to be looking outwards. You need to see where the shots came from. You need to find the guy. You need to be looking, see if you see, someone around with guns. I mean, these Antifa people, they all dress the same. What directions do they go in? Any type of characteristics you can give. If you see somebody, heights, and base the heights off something they run past. If they came up to, their head was above the bushes. Well, then you can see how high the bushes are later. But you try to guess these things as you're doing, you can't tell. And so right now, all these things, they're just looking at some dude bleeding. And the reporter guy was saying he got shot. Nobody's caring about him. Now, see here. Look, everybody, look. This guy here, at the beginning of this thing, he was sitting there waiting on the bus. He's still just sitting there looking down. This is the epitome of, I don't want to be involved. This guy is what 99% of America is. You know that the adage of 3%? Again, the news media, they love anything that they don't understand, they say is a right-wing hate group. So like 3%, they call, the 3%ers is a militia. Which I'm sure they probably say came out of Michigan. I don't know why. Every time there's a militia, the media says it came out of Michigan. But anyway, like the 3% thing is, in the Revolutionary War, only 3% of the population fought for freedom from the king. The majority of people just sat around. They didn't do anything. Just like, hey, leave me alone. I'm going to go out here and till my field and stuff. This guy right here is at 97%. And there's not even 3% today. There's not 0.3% today. Look how few there is. I mean, like Olympia, Washington probably has, it's Olympia, Tacoma, Seattle. They're all one big mega city now. And they're, you've got this few people protesting. Think about that. I mean, you would think there'd be 100,000 people. There's probably, what's Washington have? Like 6 million people, 7 million people live there. And probably 3 million live in that little Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia area. And you've got 100 maybe total, 50 probably people totally that we've seen today on this. This guy, he's just waiting on his bus. But yeah, now everyone starts turning around. So at 8:55, sorry, at 7:10, it was 8:55 before these guys started turning around. See this guy? So he's actually smart. He's he's out there looking, doing a perimeter watch, But it's a little late, dude. It's a little late. You should have been doing that a lot earlier. Let's see here. Where are we at? Whoops. Oh, they found gun casings at 9:10. So this dude's already gone. Whoever did the stuff, they're gone. Dude thought he was shot.
Yes, that was Antifa that shot at us. That was Antifa that shot at us. They shot Tiny. I got hit with something, but I'm not bleeding.
Okay, so he doesn't think he's bleeding. Now, this is one of the things that got me about the Las Vegas shooting, was that there's a map that shows where people died. It shows where every single person died. And there's like 6 or 8 died on the other end of the block. So it's like, if you turn around, there was like the Mirage Hotel. It's like on the other side of it, a guy died. And you're like, how did this happen? Well, I remember watching that stuff live. Somebody said, yeah, I got shot. They're shooting us with pellet guns. And the guy showed the entrance wound on his leg. And well, that's how small. You have to remember, the 5.56 is a 223, which is a 22 caliber bullet. Everybody in America has a 22. They are very, very tiny. It makes a small hole. So like when you say I'm not bleeding, you don't know that you aren't. You got to have someone look you over. You got to constantly feel your legs. You got to feel for wet spots. It's, just sit down for a little bit. Don't run around like this guy is. Make sure you're not ventilated. Another thing is you see how crazy the situation is and how hard it is to like keep up with what's going on. Stuff. This is why they always say don't talk to the police if you're involved in like a self protection type of shooting. The reason why is because that's going to be the first time this ever happened to you. Hopefully. I pray it never happens to anybody. But your lawyer, they've lived through that hundreds of times. They do that for a living. They've heard all the stories. They know how your mind will play tricks on you and stuff. And they know how to separate what is from the fog of war, the craziness that's happening, and to what actually happened between you and the other person. We see it time and time again. What was the guy in Wisconsin that started the Kenosha riots? He got shot by the police. Turns out the guy had a knife in his hand as the police shot him. And that's such a different narrative than what they were saying. They're saying, he was unarmed and all this other stuff. Come to find out, the guy was also wanted. He had been a convicted felon. This is what it started, right? It was a black guy. He went over, I think he was belligerent. He was trying to get his kids from the quote-unquote baby mama. What a great term. We've come so far as a species. And of course, the whole narrative came out that it was Black Lives Matter and cops were just shooting cops were just shooting black dudes, and it wasn't the truth. This guy, bad hombre, and he ended up it was a good shoot. So anyway, like I said, don't talk to the police in this stuff, but you can see in this, one, you need to be situational aware. If you're not involved in the shooting, don't stand there looking at the guy bleeding. Look around you. Make sure that you're not going to get ambushed, because that would have been an example of a great ambush. Number two, things get crazy, man. They get crazy. Make sure that you're okay. Make sure that you don't have any holes that aren't supposed to be there. And then also, finally, I guess the third thing here is, when it's done and said with like, this is going to involve a court system now. And if you're being held liable, if they put handcuffs on you, don't say anything. Because quite frankly, even though you were involved, you were there, you're a victim of, or you're the perpetrator of, let's not be perpetrators, but if you're the victim of, you just don't know what happened. Truthfully, you don't know, even though you were involved in it. And actually, I'm going to add a fourth one. Final thing is like, this has got to stop. Okay, this is not how societies work. This is stupid. We're being manipulated by silliness. Where are the police in all this? I mean, the police, they're complacent. You saw the guy. The police are that guy sitting on the bench. Everybody's complacent in this, and it has to stop. We have to demand more out of political leaders. Y'all need to get out there and run for office yourself. You got to be involved. You don't have time to say, my kids have softball, or, I got to take Junior to dance class, or I got, this weekend I'm going to watch football. You don't have that luxury anymore. You got a short time span on Earth, and it's a sin to not enjoy life from the actions you make instead of watching other people make actions. Anyway, that's my high horse. That's my soapbox. Y'all, please, if you like this, please subscribe, thumbs up, you know, pass it around, tell people about us, because this is our show. We're going to mess with the algorithm, and you mess with it by subscribing to channels like this. Appreciate you guys. Stay safe. God bless. Godspeed. May the force be with you. And peace out.